By 2028, 81% of the people will be replaced by AI. It's okay, right? You already know that. You already expect that. And the biggest lie that people are trying to sell you right now is, come down. AI will create more jobs. It will not replace you. You know what's funny? The same things were said to the people who were building carriages when Henry Ford was building the Model T. They were saying it's okay, the new cars, they will not replace you, they will just create more jobs for you. I don't think it actually happened, right? Exactly. So knowing this part of information, you need to start preparing yourself, because the only people who will be left, this remaining 18, 19% of the workforce, will be the geeks feeding the AI, the super intelligent streams, the super geeks of the world. Someone recently said that this is the decade starting 2026, the decade that is named the revenge of the geeks. So all the people who will actually be happy throughout this decade, will have fun, will make a lot of money, will be the geeks. So this is why you want to pay very close attention. And this is not the Andrew Tate matrix. This is a completely different level in which, even if you try to learn something right here, right now, the information is changing and develop so fast that all the knowledge that you're acquiring today, tomorrow, it's an old story. There are new models every single day that are released, some of which sometimes are worse than the older model. And you will see the geeks are saying, you know what, we prefer the older models, the new model sucks. This is the big red flag that you want to pay very close attention to, right? Again, there is no way back, considering that the infrastructure for hundreds of billions of dollars is currently built, or is building, or it's about to get built. $500 billion, $1 trillion, data centers, so on and so forth. And this is kind of interconnected with all the precious metals trade and proprietary natural goods and resources. A lot of countries, particularly China, are trying to curb down and try to protect their intellectual property. And again, don't be just saying that a lot of these models are operating on expensive sites. Some people said that the Chinese models who are copying the US models are actually operating faster, more optimized version. And this is again a big question mark. I'm not a geek. I don't know why this works better, but there's something that we don't really know. Pay very close attention. Every single day, the people who are currently fired from the big companies are not the HR departments. You will see engineers, senior engineers from Google fired, senior engineers from Microsoft fired. You will see financial institutions firing people. And we're not talking about data entry positions. And then these people go on the open market, and they're not going to go and drive for Uber, right? Senior engineer work 10, 15 years for these big tech companies. Well, they're going to start their own AI company. This is where the mass saturation comes into play. And imagine, it's not you against the big technology corporations, it's you against the corporations, the geeks that work in corporations, and then the geeks who are fired from the corporations starting their own AI companies. So the wave is not that high, the wave is like triple the size that you can imagine. A lot of people don't even think about this, right? This is why the conceptual wisdom that probably you want to build and understand and try to apply, because you have what? It's 2026. You have 2 years, brother. Brothers and sisters, you have 24 months to find something out that will be able to kind of put you on the side. Sure, there will be areas of business, domains of life where the AI will simply not going to be able to evolve that fast. The barber will still be out there, right? I'm not sure about the other utility workers, but remember, they're not doing all this replacement because technology is just better. They're doing it because it's effective. It drives the cost lower. It makes things effective, cheaper. This is why Elon Musk is saying that In the future, when the robots taking over, everyone's gonna be rich because no one has to work, and people will just enjoy the good times. And I don't think so. Yeah, not hyped about the robots either. So guys, just as much as I know, a lot of you probably are not into technology at all. They're not interested. You don't really care. I understand. I get you. It's kind of a forceful part of the history where a lot of people are forced to learn something that they don't want to learn. You kind of forced to at least probably take a position or learn a new skill in area where you really don't feel it. It's kind of an artificial feeling, artificial knowledge in the AI world. But this is something that obviously will make companies more and more profitable. And the profits are always the most important driver out there. Everything is done for profits. Countries, governments, states, and cities, they all operate under the same goal, which is the state to progress, to make more money, not to spend more money. And the idea over here is that this will replace a lot of jobs. And employment is one of the biggest lever that costs a lot of money. Uh, it costs not only money, it costs liabilities. You have healthcare for the workers, right? You have special plans, you have retirement plans. You don't have to really agree with me. You just have to read, if you can read, of course. Klarna currently replaced 700 customer service workers with AI. Duolingo cut completely contractors' work, which effectively means that all the bad customer support call centers overseas will also be replaced very, very soon. People will no longer complain that, you know what, I call up my bank, someone pick up the phone, their kids crying around, I don't know what the heck is going on. So this is also going away. Moving on, IBM completely paused hiring 7,800 positions, all of which will be replaced by AI. They said we're pausing hiring. Meanwhile, they already hired the AI agents doing the job, getting the job done. They just don't want to say it because they don't know how to say it, you know. Soon you will see a lot of departments simply disappearing from these big tech companies. Moving on, there is something that no one actually talks about. It is not just that people are getting fired, there are no jobs listings. And even if we see jobs listings, companies are using AI to filter, vet the jobs applications, and effectively, people from one side are using AI to create CVs and resumes, and from the other side, companies are using AI to review the AI applications, which is absolutely crazy, funny, and in some way pretty sad, because the same leverage the employees are using is actually being used against them by the employers. It's comical, ironical, but actually true. Look at this. There are currently so much advanced AI tools that people who have been studying very, very hard, who have been accumulating very important skills for the last couple of years, are currently no longer necessary. There are apps that can code the entire application, and I'm not talking about the apps that you already know. I'm not talking about taking scripts that are not working, scripts that are essentially need at least 2 3 actual engineers to review the code, fix the code, on the privacy side issues, on the actual functionality. No. I'm talking about extremely sophisticated AI applications that can build a full-fledged code that actually works in an enterprise level. We're not talking about a small size, my university, your university, social network type of shit. Also, junior positions are simply disappearing. I can't remember, I might be wrong, which bank, but they simply said that certain junior positions will simply disappear because the job of juniors is simply useless, pointless. They don't learn anything. The bank doesn't get anything from them at this particular level of the hierarchy, right? So they effectively give them some money before, get them as junior, just to make sure that no one else hires them. Now they don't need to do so because the AI is doing the junior job. What this means? Well, this means that the first hiring will be for the next level. But the people who are graduating, they don't have the experience either through internship or junior positions. So if the junior positions disappear, if the internship position disappear, how these people are gonna get any type of experience? I have zero expectations to see anyone getting any experience whatsoever. This means that there will be a major gap between people who are graduating and people who are getting their first job. And first job might be, well above entry level. All the entry level junior positions might effectively be replaced, maybe some of the mid tier as well. Look at this: junior lawyers, accountants, graphic designers. We all know about the graphic designers, uh, movie producers, script writers. All these people positions, unfortunately, are already in the past. And this is kind of good, kind of bad. Why? Because the people from the creator space are very artistic, very interesting, but they work slow, right? If you order someone to write a script about the movie, it might take years, right? But the AI can write a full-fledged, very good, sophisticated on 17, 18 different times, tries, probably very good, well-written, interesting, clickbaity movie script for, I don't know, a month probably, which speed always is a good thing. Now you can see even the real estate development projects are building so fast. Especially I see here in the city, I see a project begins maybe maybe in August or July. Now it's already fully ready for tenants. It's unbelievable. It's like 5 6 months. You have a, I don't know, 50 60 story building, complete, ready, everything. Outside you have the windows, you have the entrance, you have everything, the foyer. It's crazy how fast these people are actually building. I don't know, is this in some way, AI help to speed up the process? Maybe the architects, using AI. I don't know. There's some architect, someone in the industry. I will be very interesting to read more about this. But that's the actual numbers. What else is happening? We're seeing that a lot of managerial positions also will be forced to get some pay cuts. Why? Well, the managerial positions are usually paid a lot for taking on large or strong responsibility. But now they are also paid to advance the AI into the business, which means is that if you have some old school CEO or some of the major positions that they're not actually fully interested or vested inside the technology and not keeping up with the innovations, most likely these people will lose their jobs and they're going to be replaced by somebody who is currently very, very close to the new technology, very close to every new AI tool. So these people will know how to implement these new tools into the corporation. So the corporation will actually optimize everything. I'm not biased. I don't own corporations. I'm just saying and using logic how the businesses will operate. You don't really think that the big board of directors, especially the public companies, will not put pressure on the current CEOs? They already push to the corner. This is why you see a lot of these big companies. The first thing they're gonna do is firing people, even if they don't have the right AI tool yet, right? But they just want to show to the public that, hey, we're advancing. We're actually early adopters of the AI. We're not behind, right? It's all bollocks at the end of the day, guys.